Every weekday at 1 o'clock, the Central Indiana Sports Report airs its Central Indiana Scoreboard show featuring high school, college, and professional sports news in Central Indiana and beyond in a Sports Center style podcast every weekday at 1 p.m. You are listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report podcast number 252.3, the Delaware County Sports Report with Star Press sports editor Cade Hampton. This week, some interesting Delaware County coaching news, and Yorktown's Charlotte Vinson will represent the USA.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengels.
Welcome, Delaware County sports fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Report, here with Star Press sports editor Cade Hampton. And Cade, you and I had set up a plan to talk about Delaware County track and field, and then things went haywire. And now we're just going to be talking about coaching and a little bit of volleyball. And but mostly just the coaching thing today, because things in Delaware County went a little crazy. Justin Ullom is now the head coach at Yorktown. Went from Muncie Central to Yorktown in basketball, and in football, the big one today. Muncie Central head coach Kyle Buresh decided that he wants to take on the challenge and be the Muncie Central Bearcats football coach.
Yeah. Quite the splash by Muncie Central. Coach Buresh, he's had a great track record of success at Muncie Central. I believe 45-14 record over the last couple of years or something like that. And then last season, just amazing. I think we're 11-0 up until the sectional championship, and they came up just short, lost to the eventual state runners-up in Class 3A, I believe. So, really seems like a really, really good hire for Central. I know Coach Padgett did some good work kind of getting them back on the right track, and Coach Buresh, he seems really excited to kind of continue that pattern. So, going to be interesting to see. And then kind of you mentioned in other Central related news, former Bearcat basketball coach Justin Ullom will head to Yorktown. And that's another really exciting move, really good hire. Another guy with a good track record of success at Monroe Central. And he had his first year at Muncie was a lot better than the last two, but really, I think a good hire by Yorktown. Ullom's a good guy, and they've got a lot of good young players to get excited about. A lot of players that he'll be able to work with, and two good hires here.
All right. I also hear a rumor that Matt Luce is headed to Newcastle. Have you been able to confirm that?
I am doing my best to confirm that, but I know that Newcastle has called a special session for the school board meeting tomorrow that I'm planning to attend. The only thing on the agenda was approval of personnel, so we'll see. That rumor does seem to hold some water, and if it's true and I can get it confirmed, I'm not going to give any thoughts on it right now until I can get that confirmed and official. But if that ends up being true, then just quite a stunner, I'll say.
Yeah, what a stunning day. And it doesn't surprise me that someone wants to be the head coach at Newcastle. Don't get me wrong.
Not at all.
That is a
if I was an
great
Indiana
job.
basketball coach, I would want to coach in that field house for all my home games too. I mean, that's one of my favorite places to go and work, and just being in that building, there's just so much aura and energy in there. It's
One of the best basketball communities in America as well. So
for sure, absolutely. And I know it's a community that is that wants to have an excellent program and wants to fill in that field house. And I think who better to do that than one of the more successful coaches in the area over the last couple of seasons. So if that ends up being true, if I can get that confirmed tomorrow, then a great hire by Newcastle for sure.
no doubt about it. And that'll leave an opening at Wapahani. And that'll be a job that I'm sure a lot of people will want, because a lot of talent still coming back in that. And Selma, I think they come out of the womb shooting baskets. So it's going to be a job that people are going to want.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I can't say I blame them. I mean, that's definitely basketball centric community. I know, obviously Luce has been a huge part of that. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens there for sure.
And I don't know anything about what Newcastle has coming back, but I do know that Yorktown should be pretty good next year. Maybe pretty good isn't the right word. Much better than last year, and they have some young talent. I know a couple of really good young guards that they're really high on. So, kind of see where Coach Ullom is going to be able to turn that program around. It looks like.
Yeah, and again, that's another community program team that really is excited to kind of have a winning program, and a lot of excitement there. You mentioned some of those young players. I think only a couple of seniors for Yorktown this year, with Nate Tyler, who missed most of the season with an injury. Austin Cates started most of the year at point guard. Ephraim Doherty was pretty good athlete, and then Evan Manor as well. So, but outside of that, a lot of really good young juniors and sophomores to be excited about. Ryan Burkholder, Jabin Barnes, Connor Rowe, all juniors.
Yeah, really,
Mason Terrell, a sophomore, had
Mason,
some pretty impressive moments.
and they had a freshman point guard. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, who played a few games as well. Who I've heard they have a lot of high hopes for, and that backcourt with Trammell and here is going to be really good in the future. So, um, Coach Ullom left some talent at Muncie Central for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, Ullom, he did great work with the backcourt at Muncie Central this past year with Carlos Eccles Jr. and Jackson Johnson, two good, really good freshman players that really impressed me over the course of the season. And
Speaking of Eccles, you talk about Buresh, going back to him. They have not had a lot of success lately, Muncie Central. Not a lot of success over the years. But that's a program with some good young players we really saw last year. And maybe, and Coach Buresh must think that's he can get the good athletes out to the football program, and maybe we could be talking about them building a power in Muncie.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, Dacian Eccles, the running back linebacker there, he's one of the more hyped up prospects in the area. I know he has a couple of D1 offers. I know at least from Pitt. I don't know if he's gotten any more since football season, but really good player, really good kid. And yeah, just a program that, like I said earlier, Paget really had them kind of moving in the right direction. And I thought, although the records didn't really reflect that, I think that's a program that still kind of is on an upward trajectory. They've got, new stadium, new field relatively. And, it's a good community. Again, a community that's excited for a winner. And I think, Buresh seems like the type of guy. I mean, he has been pretty successful everywhere he's gone. And seems like a good offensive minded head coach to kind of get them back into the swing of things.
Also, Cade, a little bit of volleyball news. Charlotte Vinson from Yorktown has been named to the Team USA 19 and under um, team and will represent America in Eastern Europe this summer. And I believe that later this May she'll go to Colorado Springs for the training. And really exciting news for Yorktown to have a player representing America.
Yeah, absolutely. And just an incredibly well deserved honor for Charlotte Vinson. I mean, she's been through so much the last year, and what an excellent Yorktown career that she's had. And I'm sure a great IU career that she's going to have. And just a tremendous honor for her. Very well deserved, and very, very exciting to see for that school. Lots of excitement around Yorktown. I feel like they just keep coming up as we're talking here. But yeah, just a really exciting thing for her. And huge for that program, huge for Coach Bloom. I know everybody there is definitely really excited about that. And yeah, I mean, can't say enough good things about that program and Charlotte and everything. Just very well deserved.
Again, Coach Bloom, you and I have talked about it before. Just what an amazing job she does year after year,
Yeah,
running that
seriously.
running that program and developing that talent through the whole system. And we had one in when I was at the Jeffersonville newspaper, Terry Perica at Providence, who was the same way. And of course, they faced each other a couple times, I believe, in state championships.
Hmm.
Just an amazing job that program has done. Cade, we will push our track and field stuff to next week. We were going to talk about particularly the Yorktown track team, which is just off to a really good start, and
Hmm.
The Delta girls, Jillian Barnes, um, what kind of contender she's going to be when it comes to state, because she's way up there. And some other track and field news in Delaware County. Of course, Wapahani also won a championship over the weekend. Again, Yorktown, you would just see, seems to be keep coming up.
Yeah, man. Those Tigers just they're killing it on the track and field things too. I know Wyatt Turner, who had an excellent cross country season. He's killing it on kind of the distance runs, the 16, the 3200, and the DMR. And then you got Daniel Davis, who is one of the top sprinters around here. Basically wins the 100-yard dash just about every time he's in it. And or not 100-yard, 100-meter, whatever.
Right. Yes. 100 meters.
And
You have to shift from swimming to track, and you go from
yeah,
yards to
really,
meters.
really, yeah. But no, it's yeah, just no, lot to be excited about there at Yorktown. They've got a good program there, and then you mentioned Wapahani as well. They had a really good day at the Muncie Relays the other day. Just pretty dominant performance. Winchester also, Ian Hardwick won himself a fair share of events at that. So yeah,
Muncie Central
lot
has
of
some throwers that are really good.
yeah, yeah. I was just getting to that. Muncie Central's throwers have been killing it. Emmanuel Taylor on the discus throw and Jamar Clark on the shot put. Both of those guys have been just absolutely crushing it. I think feels like they set a new personal record every single day or every single time they go out and every meet. So yeah, a lot of just great track athletes around here. We talked about Delta. Marcus Bright killing it on the hurdles. You got Gray Backus, another really excellent sprinter. He gave Daniel Davis a
Yeah.
little push at the Muncie Relays the other day. So
Yeah.
those two guys, I think, will definitely they should be sectional qualifiers. Now I know the regional out of the Muncie Central region or sectional goes to the Ben Davis regional, where things tend to get a little
Yeah.
dicey for the Muncie athletes, from what I've heard. But
Yes.
still, I think there should be a good amount of sectional champions coming out of this region.
And we'll talk more about track and field next week, and as the postseason conference, things like that come up. Obviously, Delaware County. But speaking of Delaware County, Cade, I know you're going to be covering golf this weekend. That should be a very competitive tournament again, like it was for the girls in the fall.
Yeah, yeah. I think we've only got three teams that are going to be there. I think it's just Yorktown, Delta, and Wapahani, but should be exciting. I think Yorktown is probably gonna come away with this one. They've got a really great golf program, and even Yorktown's B team at the Monroe Central Invitational was right there with Delta and Wapahani, and I'm pretty sure Yorktown is sending their A team to this county meet. So,
That is a nice team they have over there at Yorktown. They were very
oh yeah,
competitive.
absolutely.
They were very competitive with a Pendleton team that's ranked number 11 in the state.
Yeah, yeah. Pendleton, I know, is absolutely crushing it. I think they just shot a team 134 against Frankton the other day, which is insane. But yeah, Pendleton's great, and Yorktown was hanging right in there with them. So Yorktown, I mean, they really good golf program. They definitely benefit from being so close to the local club. But yeah, really lot to be excited about there for Yorktown golf. And then I believe Nate. I don't know how to say his last name.
McClung.
It's Nate Shaw
Oh,
Deresh or something
oh
like that.
yes.
I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but he's been really good for them. I believe he's only a sophomore too, so a bright future there for the young man. And then Wapahani has another one of the best golfers in the area, Dylan Dodd. He had a great day at the Monroe Central Invitational, and he's had a pretty good career there as well. So,
And his
uh,
sister did pretty well in the fall as well. So,
oh yeah, she was also pretty electric herself.
thanks so much to Cade for joining the Central Indiana Sports Report once again. And thank you for listening. If you enjoy these podcasts, please share them with your friends and family. if you're interested in seeing the Central Indiana Sports Report continue to grow and thrive. We humbly thank you for doing so. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.